Going live. Welcome to another episode of Between Us. I'm Reggie, and I have a very special guest. My family, Miss Ebony Salima, beautician, entrepreneur. Um, so Ebony, how's things going?
Hi, Reginald. Reggie, as we call you. Everything's good. In the entrepreneur world, you have your highs and your lows, but um, I really can't complain. It comes with the
Right,
territory.
right,
Yep.
exactly, exactly.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man. This what I'm doing now has got me, so excited. I just had to do some other stuff with my time. I got the other business going on, and I'm trying to do this too. And I work regular job at the same time. So after going through the transition with my parents, so I mean, you know how that is.
Yeah.
You gotta. I had to
Uh,
like find like a swag.
yeah.
I had to find a sense of purpose, man, because sometimes they say you don't start living until you lose. When you lose your parents, it's like you start living again. Like you gotta find who you really are again. Like,
that, that
you know,
that's that's really true. I've heard that saying for so long, especially after losing um your loved ones.
right,
The sense of that person that you lose don't really live until after they're gone, because now you know their
right,
their legend is still here. You hear the stories, you
right,
know I'm alive.
right.
So where you're coming from, you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
you
right, right,
you're
exactly,
still becoming who you were
right,
then. Is who you were, who you are now. You're still
right, right, right.
right.
So how's the business going? I mean, do you like it like better where you are now than versus where you came from home?
um New Haven, Connecticut is a different vibe.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's a different vibe. um,
Right,
what I will say is what I said earlier about who I was before, or who a person is before.
right,
That's the life that you live. Of course, you go every day, the same routine until you are uncomfortable, um, in a uncomfortable situation. You have to find your way. You have
right,
to find comfort.
right,
So um, moving to New Haven, Connecticut was a a big change for me. And I think that is, for everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, when you are moved, from what you are familiar with, you have to adjust to, the unknown.
right,
So, I will never, uh, how should I say this? I can't let go of my roots in a sense. Um,
right.
it keeps me humble. So
Hmm.
I have to come home a lot. But other than that, New Haven is definitely a different. New Haven, Connecticut is definitely a different vibe. I cannot say that I regret moving. Um,
Right,
I've learned a lot of things. I really have. And I don't think that the things that I have accomplished, uh, I'm not going to say I would not have accomplished those same things being home, but
hmm,
I really do feel like being in a different space has opened,
right,
yeah,
right,
it has
right,
opened doors for me.
right, right. So, cause basically, if you wouldn't have never went, then you would never really know that, and that was just the whole plan that God had for you. And
Right.
you followed through with that, you know.
Right. I will say this. I will agree with you in some of the things that you just said. Sometimes we get in the way of God's path.
Yeah.
I think that I got in the way of God's path for me. And even though I made the decision to move, um, I honestly feel like everything happened for a reason. I do feel
Right.
that. I feel like sometimes our path is shift whenever we, get into God's way.
Right.
Um, and I feel like a part of moving to New Haven, Connecticut was more of my doing versus
Hmm.
doing.
Right.
Um, and when I let go and let God do what he needed to do for me, it just seemed like the path, even though my path shift, he just basically kind of cleared everything from that point when I
Right.
just like moved out of the way and said, you know what, God, I did this, out of my selfishness and not your will.
Hmm.
Move out of the way and just let you do um, what you were planning, to do from the beginning. And wherever you lead me, I'll follow. And from that point, where I am now, he's using me.
Right.
That's all he's using me
Right.
now. So,
Right.
everything happened for a reason. Sometimes we tend to choose a path that is not easy. And going down that path sometimes can be a little rough because we kind of, sometimes we're at a crossroad and like, you know what? God is showing us a different way. And we're like, you know what? I'm gonna go this way right here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But not to say that he's not there for us. It's just that sometimes he gotta let us feel, being disobedient to his word. So
Right.
what I can say is he has smoothed the pathway. And, I go through my trials and tribulations and
Right.
I say that it's God or the devil. I can't give um, you know, power to that only
Hmm.
because times um our mistakes is our own, you know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
and I just thank God that he's kind of like he stepped, but not kind of, he stepped in and was like, listen, you know what, I
Right.
need to listen to me, turn down the noise, let me
Right.
take
Right.
control so that I can, help you find the light and
Hmm.
just stick with me. I got you from here on out. So yeah.
Right. So what? So what made you? Because I never know. Like as being family, I never knew what hit you and made you want to actually do hair. What hits you as a person, not a woman, but as a person? Because we got a lot of women that do hair.
Right.
So what hits you to make you want to take it to as far as what you've accomplished, knowing what you've accomplished, over these years with that. What made you, you know, want to start doing here and take it like further? What was your motivation to do
Let me ask you this first before I answer that.
that?
Because I was such a tomboy growing up. I
Right.
try to follow you guys everywhere you went. So,
Yeah.
did you imagine me being where I am today? Based on
No, that's why I'm asking.
right, right. Okay, so you know Angie, who's my
Right.
older sister.
God bless her soul. Yeah.
Right. She dipped and dabbled in here. She went to school for it. She got licensed for it.
Right.
Um, she would come home and she would do hair and she would disappear. Like she would go and do her own thing.
Hmm.
Um, and I would sit. I mean, there are times that she would, you know, we were 11 years apart, and she was popular in school, dressing,
Hmm.
cheerleading.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember.
yeah, she kept her hair
Right.
done. Like she was beautiful.
Right.
So there's times that when she would come home, she would do her hair, and of course, my second oldest sister wasn't there, but I'm the next sister right underneath,
Right.
and she would have me come over. Hey, I need you to braid this, or I need you to cut this, or I need you to help me sew this in. Um, and because mommy and Aunt Georgetta were seamstress, we
Hmm.
kind of up on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as we got older, um, going through the struggles, we didn't have it. And
Right. Right.
we moved from Pleasant Hill to Donley, which is in
Hmm.
him. And
Right.
living in the projects. I mean,
Mhm.
it's hard. Mommy, it was, it was a struggle for us to like, we couldn't go and purchase Air Force Ones or anything like that.
No.
We didn't have it
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
um, the talent that just came, I mean, I don't know. I know it was God, but
Mhm.
it was honestly like second wind to me. Like it
Right.
just came naturally. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
was doing short haircuts in middle school. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, and it became like a little hustle. People
Mhm.
would come to the apartment and get their hair done, and I
Right.
would take the money and put my little clothes on layaway. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And my little sneakers.
Right. Right. Right.
Um, and I saw how much money I started making, and then I would see like the popular girls like Tanya Scott and Aisha Cooper. They
Mhm.
would come over and ask me to like do waves in their hair, or you know, it taught me how to uh,
Mhm.
use the Marcel.
Right.
Um, uh, it taught me how to stack curls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They, they were popular girls. They were the girls that would, dress,
Right. Right.
for other popular
Yeah.
um women that would come over and get their hair done. And I would just be honored, honestly, because they were going to the top stylist.
Right.
I was licensed. I was a kid. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So the more I got into it, it was just like second wind. Like, you know what? I mean, it is what it is. This is not what I want to do. I wanted to be an electrician. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to
Yeah.
climb those
Yeah. I
poles.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to be out in the
Wow.
field, putting wires up on poles and stuff like that because I was such a
Wow.
tomboy.
Wow.
But then my mom, all our aunts were in my ear about, um, you need to at least get your hair license. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, I went to Virginia. I moved up there with Aunt Lena and Uncle C. And I was about to, they were going to sign me up, high school or whatever. And at that time, they were offering cosmetology classes. So Uncle C was like, you know what, while you're there, go ahead and, sign up for the class and, get into, some other things just to keep you occupied. And I was really good in basketball.
Mhm.
Um, so, but before the summer over, I was missing home. I was like, I'm going home. I'm like,
Right.
I can't do
Right.
Virginia. I can't do Virginia. So,
Exactly.
of course, that side hustle turned into, you know, um, my career, and I think everyone knew it. Um, I think everyone accepted that except for me. Um,
Mhm.
it took me a while to accept that. Even when I was in hair school, I was ready to drop out.
Right.
It was just kind of I was just like, this is at that time I was just like, this is not my path. Like this is
Mhm.
what everybody else wanted me to do.
Right.
And I accept the fact that, you know what, God gave you this gift. Like this is like second
Mhm.
wind to you. It's natural. But, now the more that I got into it, the experience, um, I was just like, okay. It hit me. I had purchased my first salon in 2009.
Mhm.
And 2009, 2010, um, I want to say 2009, I hit six figures.
Mhm.
2000.
Mhm.
It scared me because I was
Mhm.
like, wait a minute, wait a
Right.
minute. Um, I I left my salon for a year because at that point I was scared and I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. Um, God had already revealed to me that the salon that I was working in would be mine, but He did not. Um, I'm not going to say He didn't prepare me for it. I wasn't prepared for it.
Right.
2009, I left for a year and I started working in um, a Caucasian salon.
Mhm.
I needed more experience, just in a
Right.
different environment. And while
Right.
I was there, I met a older woman who worked at Vidal Sassoon in New York.
Oh, wow.
And
Mm.
she had retired. She used to be an instructor on hair cutting or whatever, and she was getting her hair colored by the owner and stylist there. Her name was Crystal Cross. And
Mm,
Crystal, the client looked over at me and she said, "I've been watching you for a while." And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Yes." She said, "Have you ever worked in New York or anything like that?" And I said, "No, ma'am, I have never." She said, "I used to teach at Vidal Sassoon, and I'm telling you now, you need to be in New York." And I was like, "Yeah." She said, "Your cutting skills is they're amazing." And at that
mm,
point, I was just like, "You know what? I'm gonna walk into this and stop being fearful." You know
right.
what I mean? Like, I know that it was a calling. I know that it's a gift, but sometimes we don't accept what God gives us.
Right. Right.
And because we don't accept it, it kind of pushes our blessings back. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So the minute that I accepted, it was just like everything was going smooth. Like he was blessing me like no other. Commercials, classes, I mean, everything was just falling into place. Everything was falling into place. So,
Mhm.
I mean, it took me a little while, but I got it.
Right.
I got it.
Right. So, yeah, I hear you because I feel the same way though, and I understand what you say about you can block your blessings because it's like when you're on to something, you're actually doing it, and you stop,
Yes.
you go halfway with it. He's already taken you there, but you stop.
Right.
But
Right.
instead, but instead, you kept going, and that's what you have to do as a person. If you know your talent, you're good at it, and other people see it, you know, that's probably what you should do. You don't
Right.
have to do it. That's up to you. But that's probably what you should do because
Right.
that's that's
Right.
your gift. That
Absolutely.
talent is your gift.
Right. Right. So my motivation to answer your question, my sister,
Mhm.
um, before she passed away, she said to me, "I'm proud of you."
Right.
That that did it for me. Um, Me and my sister, like, I love her to death.
Hmm.
Growing up, we would argue. We would argue. We
Yeah.
would,
Yeah. A lot.
yeah, a lot. I'm being real. Um, but that was my sister. She had my
Right.
back. I had
Right.
hers, regardless
Right.
of. Um, but when I moved away, and I at that moment I was going through something, and she said, "I am so proud of you, and do not think about the things that you no longer have or you let go. Keep going. You can have that again and
Right.
more."
Right.
Those things today,
Right.
it sticks with me. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
today I'm so my purpose is to make sure that I not only put into clients and consumers, and I have to say clients and consumers because
Hmm.
clients, they become family.
Hmm.
They're recurring, they become family.
Right.
Consumers, they come one time, you may not see them again.
Right.
Um, but to instill in them my love for what I'm doing in hopes that they will feel the same and do the same in their everyday career
Right.
and their everyday job.
Right. Right.
Um, I love being a part of making them feel beautiful
Right.
and making them look beautiful.
Hmm.
Um, Seeing the smile on their faces, not knowing what they're going through throughout the day. Sometimes my clients come in and I can kind of feel like, they're going through some things. And as I'm shampooing their hair, I'm literally mentally, I mean, in my mind, I'm literally like praying, like, God, whatever they're going through, help.
Hmm.
Let let's shampoo it out. Let's
Right.
rinse it out and let
Right.
let whatever stress that
Right.
is straight down
Right.
the drain. You know
Right.
what I so that's what that's where I am today. It's
Mhm.
about fulfilling um the purpose
Right.
that God wants me to fulfill because
Right.
everything we do is supposed to be for his glory and
Right.
not, yeah.
Exactly. Well, in saying that, it's funny you say that because I always try to tell people, uh, do something for you sometimes. You may have a friend or a husband or wife or whatever the case is, but you have to still make you happy though. Go to the mall, do something. Get your nails done. Get a little makeup on. Buy you some shoes, a dress, or whatever, and step out and go somewhere with the girls or travel. Do something for you, and like me, this is what I like to do. I always notice that I like to speak. So I said, well, I I do it in this way because it became a thing since social media and all this technology. So you can actually reach people through a microphone, through your laptop or whatever. So, and saying that, so I thought of it like that too, and that's what made me strive to do it. And I listen, like I said, I listen to a lot of people on TV, preachers, reverends, bishops, especially TD Jakes. And he once said, God doesn't bless you if someone is walking out of your life or something that you lost. You lost a job, don't worry about it. He's only blessing you for the things that you have and moving forward. Whatever you lost, don't worry.
Right. That is
Don't
so
don't don't worry about that. So I started looking at things like that. So I just boom boom. Okay, I'm gonna do this. And but you're right about when you're doing something great and you get the feeling the more you're being blessed, you're like, hey, something's not right. I don't even feel like I know what I'm doing.
right.
Right. Because you get scared, you be like, oh man, nah. No, because you never thought that this was gonna happen, you
True.
know.
True.
And again, is funny again because you said that because I listen to a lot of successful people, man, that still say the same thing.
Yeah.
All that success is like you still feel like you're not doing nothing. People look at you like you're different. You're not really different. You're doing something. You're not really different. It's supposed to make us better people. That's why we help other people.
Exactly.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
All
I
right.
mean, why why would you want to stay in the same place you were in before? I mean, don't get me wrong, some of us are comfortable and I get it.
Right.
And I'm not going to criticize anybody for that.
Right.
Um
Right. Right.
them being comfortable
Right.
because that may be a safe place for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And where they used to be and how where they are now, they are maybe at a place in their life where I finally got this and I don't want to lose it. You know what I'm saying? So I can't make a mistake. And sometimes
Right.
someone stays stuck in that place because they feel like this is comfortable for me.
Right.
And then there are some of us that are it's not that we're perfectionists, it's just we
Mm-hmm.
want more. We're
Want
not being
more.
greedy.
Right.
It's just more about, you
Mm-hmm.
know, right now I feel like I'm stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, when you're exercising and you're working on the same thing over and over and over again, if
Yeah.
I'm working on my legs all the time
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not my top, the strongest part of my body is going to be my legs
Mm-hmm.
because what I didn't do was work on my
Right.
upper, right?
Right.
So
Right.
that's going to stay the same,
Right.
but my legs can't do everything.
Can't do everything.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So we just have to get to a point where we're like, you know what? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I mean, I've prayed my way up to God help me get this. Now I'm praying my way to God saying, help me keep this. But when we get to God help me keep this, we're forgetting to say, God, thank you. And God help me elevate. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
I want to go a little higher. You know what I'm saying? We're so comfortable that, and I'm not saying that we're not being, we're not getting, we're not blessed because every day that we wake up, we're blessed. But there's still, well, I'm speaking for me. Once I've
Right.
accomplished something and it works and I feel like, okay, we're here and we're balanced. There's a part of me that says, okay, where else can I go? You know what I'm saying? What else can I do? You know? So whatever works for everyone else may not
Right.
work for, others.
Right.
When it when it comes to me, I want to know more. I want to
Right.
learn more. I want to see more, you
Right.
know. And I just feel like, where I am now, I am grateful, but the more that I'm hiring someone, these young folks, they need more. They keep me motivated. You know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
keep me wanting to learn more. So
Right.
I can't stay stuck, you know,
Hmm.
trying to, just like technology. We got to
Hmm.
move on.
You gotta move with it.
We got to
Right.
move right. Like
So
to
do you think, I always tell people that it doesn't matter what you do. The first skill that you should have is uh, people skills, because you got to become a better person along the way. You know, as you learn your craft, perfect your craft, but if you're not becoming a better person, you could lose it because
right.
you have the wrong attitude. With the wrong attitudes means you have the wrong personality, and
That's,
people not going to want to deal with you.
that's true.
And I admire what you did with that. You know,
Right.
uh, but it's not like you had to, change your personality a whole lot. But we all do have to adjust to
Yeah.
some people. Some people are like, uh, just act funny.
Right.
Like, you may have a client with a lot of money. They may be a little arrogant. You just we got to know how to deal with other people. It ain't always us. It's like a drunk driver. We may not be drinking, but he or she is. So
Yeah.
we got to learn how to deal with the others.
Consumer relations. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
that's what it's all about.
Right.
I'm 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 blunt. I'm blunt. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Um, and I'm keeping it real because you guys know I was feisty growing up. But no, nobody knows that I
Right.
got that way because growing up a lot around a lot of boys. Number one, and number two, um, coming from my roots, you had to have tough skin. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Our family didn't sugarcoat anything. You know what I'm saying? We weren't allowed to be in their conversations, but they spoke their mind. They said what they needed to say. Um, the other part to that is, I was bullied. I got bullied when I moved from one school to another. I got bullied, and I felt like, I gotta have tough skin. Nobody knew that, but I did. Um, yeah, I love people. I love people.
Right.
Um, that's just my heart. That's something that my mom instilled in us. She didn't, and we didn't come from a family that instilled jealousy and
No. No.
all that.
No.
Uh,
No.
my mother will always say to us, "Listen, that's not what we do.
No.
Like we all got the same bills. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our
Right.
parents,
Yeah.
we don't
Exactly.
have for jealousy. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you don't know what that person is going through or what it took for them to get where they. You wanna go down the same path. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Path is
Yeah.
not your path. But dealing with a lot of personality, um, the everyday um riffs and runs of the salon, um, it would get to me sometimes. Sometimes I have to ride home with my radio off because I'm
Right.
detoxing all
Right.
of the
Right.
therapy sessions that I've had with clients,
Hmm.
or dealing with the aggressive clients, or the clients who are, how you say it, may have a lot of money and are very arrogant. I don't
Right.
look at them that way. I look at them just like, you
Right.
know, these are my celebrities. These are my clients.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna treat each and every one of them as if they got money, or even if we're all on the same level. You know what
Right. You got to. Right.
your
Right.
title your title means nothing to me.
Nothing.
Especially when it comes to my profession, I want to give you the best version of me that I can possibly give you, no matter who you are. If
Hmm.
Michelle Obama sits in my chair, I'm sorry, Michelle, I love you to death, but I'm gonna treat you just like a regular client. What's going
Right.
What's going on today? How's
Right.
your day going? And my clients will tell you. I ask them
Right.
all the time, how was your day? How was work? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing today? Is there anything different that you want to do? I had to learn how to listen. You know what I'm saying? I can't just talk all the time and not
Hmm.
listen to their needs. You know what I'm saying? And I love Michelle Obama. I mean, if she ever sit in my chair, I'm gonna, I'm gonna have
Hmm.
to take a little breather. a
Yeah.
little,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
would treat her the same. I honestly
Right.
would treat
Right.
her the same
Right. You
because
would. I know
I,
you would.
right, I care about her hair. I
Hmm.
care about every last client that comes in into the salon. I care about their hair. I care about their well-being. I care about how they look. I don't care if you don't like me or not. You came to me for a reason. You know what I'm saying? There's something that you like. And I don't care if you and I have issues. This is business. I'm not going to treat you any different than I would treat anybody else. We don't ever have to speak. At the end
Right.
of the day, this is my business, and this is how it's supposed to be treated as such, professional.
Right. Exactly.
It is what it is.
You're right.
I'm going to give my opinion.
You're
Take
right.
it.
You're right.
I'm going to be blunt. Take it how you want to. People will switch things around and make it seem like, oh, okay, she was talking. No, I gave my opinion to what you were talking to me about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But other than that, um, I'm going to treat you the same. There's I don't care about title. You know what
No.
I'm saying? It's all about
Hmm.
what difference we're making in everybody's lives, um, what you are allowing them to leave out with. Um, if they walk in feeling some type of way, they should not walk out the same. You know what I'm saying? They should feel good enough to um, know
Right.
when they walked out the door. I was feeling bad when I walked in. I feel good. I look good. My scalp feels good. Like I just feel rejuve, and even if I don't come back in 2 weeks, my experience, that's what it's about. Your
Right.
experience
Right. The experience.
was
Right.
here. Yep,
Exactly
definitely.
right.
Yep.
So what would you so what do you have to say to anyone that's struggling or may not be struggling on the path of stardom or starting their own business or that's they want to do more for their business? Do they have to leave South Carolina or, do they have to actually leave home and where things are limited or what would you tell them?
What would I tell them? Be consistent. Keep going. Um, Figure out what it is that you bring to the table. Stop focusing on what everybody else is doing.
Hmm.
Sometimes we have tunnel vision and block out everything else around us. Um, don't allow your personal to get into your business.
Hmm.
Um, Keep it separated. I've never been the person like after I came out of my mom's kitchen doing hair because we all started there.
Right.
I was just like, I'm not going back to that. Like,
Mhm.
I don't
Right.
want to be in my house. You know what I'm saying? Um, Keep it business.
Right.
Um,
Gotta keep your business.
right.
Right.
Respect others. Give respect where respect is due. Because of course, respect is not given; it's earned. Um,
Sure.
but most importantly, keep God first
Right.
because He'll give you everything else that you need.
Hmm.
Entrepreneurship is very hard.
Hmm.
Stay educated. Continue with education. Um, whatever uh, path that you take, it doesn't matter what it is. Stay on top of. the new trends and combine it with your signature, combine it with your skills. You know what I'm saying? People will notice, okay, I know she did that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's her signature. That's what she does. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Be consistent. And if you're doing the same style over and over, keep doing it.
Right.
You don't have to change because someone over here lace front looks like that. Your
Hmm.
lace front may look different and wanted by somebody else. We all have a different audience.
Right.
Know
Right.
your it's okay to fire clients. Um, it's okay to let people go. It
Right.
just opened doors for new people to come in,
Right.
and it allows you to elevate to a different level. I
Right.
know you want to push towards the urban or the street, then do so. You want to
Right.
push for professionalism,
Right.
um, the city,
Mhm.
state, do so. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But don't give up. Just keep
Right.
going. I got to a point where, I say this all the time. I'm gonna keep my head down and do what I do best. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to focus on what anybody else has going on.
Hmm.
Their path is their path. Their season is their season.
Right.
My season is my season. And when it's my season, it's not that person's season. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're not going to do good. They're
Right.
in their own season. They're doing what they need to do for
Hmm.
themselves. We
Right.
got to stop looking at what everybody else is doing and saying, you know what, I should have did that. So what?
Hmm.
Feel like that? Do it.
Do it.
It's enough out here for all of us.
Yeah, it's enough.
I've never been a person that gets
Hmm.
jealous because my client left my chair and went someplace else. You
Right.
might have need that money that week.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
My client might have needed to be in a different environment. You
Right.
you feel me?
Right.
Hey, it is what it
Right.
is. And if
Right.
I see you, hey, how you doing? That's not who I am. Never
Hmm.
have been. You know what I'm saying? Whatever our purpose is on this earth,
Hmm.
that's what my main concern is. You know what I'm saying? People come and people go.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? We can't dwell on that. But
Right.
yeah, like I said before, keep going, be consistent. Don't give up. It's gonna
Hmm.
be hard. Don't look at your failures as if it's the end of the world. It's not. It's a stepping
Hmm.
stone for you to get up and brush yourself off and keep going. Get up and try again. You know what I'm saying? Fail,
Right. Most
win.
definitely.
Success is not based on wins. It's based on failures too. You get to get up and try again. You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying? That's the most
Right.
important thing. We need to start teaching our kids,
Right.
saying it's okay to fail and
Right.
stop pushing
Right.
win.
Right.
And
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they're gonna look at society like I gotta have this, I gotta have this, I gotta win, I gotta win.
Right.
No, it's okay to fail. Guess
Right.
what? Go back to the drawing board. What
Right.
can we do different? So that's a part of
Oh man.
a successful owner. You know
You're
what
so
I'm saying?
right, man.
Successful business person. They
Right.
took their failures, they went back to the drawing board and they redid, they had
Right.
to go through another trial and say, okay, let me try this out again.
Right.
And when it worked, they presented to a board and said, hey, this is what it is.
Right.
That point, you're either going to get a nay or a yay.
Right.
Somebody's gonna believe in you, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So sell yourself, market
Mhm.
yourself,
Right.
word of mouth. If you're not on social media, word of mouth.
Right.
Don't look at numbers because half of the time,
Right.
numbers they're not what they are. They're
No.
not.
No.
Um, there
Mm.
are people who aren't on social media and they're rich. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's that. Like you said, that's their what they did. That's their way. That's
Yeah,
the way that they did
yeah,
it. That's it.
absolutely.
You can't
Um,
knock that.
you can't,
I,
can't
yeah. I mean, you can't
find
knock that.
your own way, find your own way, and keep going.
But yeah, but I like when you said about people and failures. Sometimes people look down on other people when they fail. Because you failed before. So now that you feel that you're winning, don't look down on that person because they failed. I'm telling you, man, like I do things for people out here, man, that you can't always do things for money. Like changing someone's tire I'm just saying it gives me a sense of purpose to not be selfish.
Makes you feel good.
Right. You don't always gotta have money. I don't
No.
always gotta have money to do this, especially when it's women. I
Yeah.
don't you broke down or something, I'm not gonna charge you. Some people will. I
Yeah.
can't knock that.
Yep.
That's just me. I just want to receive my blessings in a different way. That's just it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it was something that was instilled in me growing up. And this is the thing. And you said it. Coming up not having much, you don't care how much money people got. You treat
Nope.
them the same. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, go ahead. Even if they offer you, nah, I'm
Yep.
good.
Yep.
You know why I'm good? Because I'm good here. My heart.
Yes.
I'm already good.
Yep.
I'm good. I'm good there. It don't have nothing me being good doesn't have anything to do with my pockets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel good within. And it
Right.
and it and it doesn't have anything to do with, oh, let me change your tire because I know God is gonna bless me. No, that's just
Right.
who we are.
Right. That's
That's
right.
just who we are.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? We'll give the shirt off our back. That's how we
Right.
we saw our moms do this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
And they were judged.
They
You
were
get
judged.
and they
Why
were
do you
that,
why you ain't take that money? You should have charged them $100, $200.
right.
Why you ain't? That's what you would do.
Yeah. But that's not
You know?
that's not what we
Mm-mm.
that's not what how we grew up. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying?
I ain't grow up
Um
like that,
and I
man.
know like every other family, your cousins were like your brothers and your sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like we got had down our different paths, but that's how we grew up. That's how our
Yeah.
family
Right.
how they did it. Um
Right.
Even if you see one by themselves, believe me, they got an army behind them.
Yeah. Yeah.
From both sides. They have an army
Right.
behind
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, but there be times that you gotta get your money, yeah. But the stuff like that, man, is called a good deed.
Yes, it is.
It's called a good deed.
Yep,
And
definitely.
it makes that you think about a person in front of you. I don't know if you ever done it or had it done to you. You think about a person that's in line in the drive-through in the mornings. You're getting breakfast, and the person at the window said, "Well, the person in front of you paid for your food. You looking like they must know me." Nah, they don't know you.
I think so.
That's an act of God.
Yes,
It's
I've done
something.
it.
It's something in that person that's that's God's work. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't had that happen to me. I did it once, but I had it happen to me two, three times. And but I understood it.
Right,
The second, and third time. The first time, I'm like, and then I got it.
right, right.
You know.
It's to me plenty of times. I
Yeah,
and I've
right.
done it plenty of times too. It just feels good. Um, I remember having a conversation with someone one morning. They sent me a text message and it was like, I need you to can you please just do this for me? And I was just like, yeah, without hesitation. I didn't ask,
Yeah.
but it was for anything
Right.
like just
Yeah.
when I did it. And
Right.
by lunchtime, that person sent it back to me, and I ended up sending it back to them. Um, I do that sometimes with my nieces and nephews too. If they'll say, "Hey, can you send such and such?" and I send it, or even my god kids. Um, when they send it back to me, I'll end up sending it back to them only because I want to see how responsible they are. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
When I see that it pops up, I'm like, okay, they did exactly what they said they were going to do. So let me show them what happens when
Hmm.
they do what they say they're going to do. So I send it back. But
Right.
the story goes on to later on that day, lunchtime, I saw when it popped up and I returned it. I gave it back, and I was ordering something to eat. And as I'm waiting on my food, I didn't mean to say it out loud. I was thinking it. It came out. I was like, oh my God, I forgot to order this.
Hmm.
I was about to go back to the line to put in the order. And the young lady who was in the back. She was getting ready to hand me my stuff, and she was like, "Give me a second." She walked to the back, and the very thing that I said I forgot to order, she gave me a large portion of it. And I was like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to do that. And she was like, yes, I did. I was like, wow. But that goes hand in hand with paying it forward. Like
Right,
when you bless someone, God will bless you. You know what I'm saying? And when you do it out of the kindness of your heart without having a second thought about it,
right,
you already know, like, this isn't, I'm not doing this because I want something in return. I'm
mhm,
doing it because that's what's in my heart. That's what's been
right,
instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? So, needless to say, if you put God first in everything you do, He will add to everything that you have now. He'll give you more abundantly, exceedingly. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
that just, goes hand in hand with what you're saying. Good deeds.
Yeah,
Good, you know what I'm saying?
sure.
But this generation now is so they give something, they want something. You
They
know?
want some. They want some. Right.
That,
That's the reason that they're doing it because they want something,
right,
and probably what they want is it probably doesn't mean anything in the end. It's like material things.
right, right.
Uh, they want something, and material things tears up a lot of homes, friendships, relationships.
Yeah, it does.
You know, uh, a lot of people their their motivation is money.
Right.
And you gotta see the thing is we can't let that go over our head though. Your motivation is money. It can be, but that can't be the first thing. That motivation.
No, it can't be.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. God says the love,
Right,
that's the word, love.
right,
Love
right,
of money is the root to all evil.
right,
The
right,
love of He
right.
didn't say money itself was the root of all evil. He said
Right.
the love of
The
it.
love of money.
Love of it
So
will make you
right.
do things
The
that
love of
you
it.
would do.
Right.
Right.
And
Right.
that's see and that and that is coming from people. The
Right.
love of it is coming from people.
Yep.
Money is money.
Yep.
Money is printed, is there,
It'll burn just like
it'll
anything.
burn. Money has no attitude. We
No.
got it. We're the ones
Yep.
with the
With
personality.
attitude. Yep.
You know, money has no attitude,
Nope.
you know.
Absolutely.
So we don't need to, you know, fight over that.
Right.
Um so um so have you heard about, like, I don't know if you watch sports, how much you watch sports. Uh the John Morant situation. Have you heard you haven't heard about? Okay.
No. Well, explain it to me.
Well, it basically is what a lot of people do, a lot of young people do. He's young, but just so happens he's an NBA player. Is what a lot of people do when they, get a little something or not, you know, because it's the same act of a person that probably doesn't have as much as him because it's childish, regardless of what you got. Uh, he got this is like the second time he's been on social media, so they say, with the gun. I seen it. He kind of holding it up on, and he got suspended for a couple of games the first time, and this was before the playoffs, so they're not playing now. But and then maybe a month and a half, that was a couple of weeks ago. He got maybe about 3 weeks ago. He did the same thing, and it's people trying to understand it. Like, why would you do this again after you were interviewed and said that it was childish, it was stupid, I'll never do it again. And then a couple of weeks later, you turned around and do it again. Now, the second time, the first time it was him. The second time, I can't tell if it was him. I don't know, but the word is out that it was him. So I don't know. But my thing is, the company, you could be bad company to yourself. in the company that you keep. See, the fact that you did it the first time, you built that reputation. You got to understand that. See what I'm saying? And it's bad because the world is like it is.
Okay, well, let me say this. No, I don't watch sports like I used to. I don't. I did not hear about that situation.
Hmm.
Usually, if I'm on social media, I wish I had a button that could send a message to everybody because I love when I'm seeing everybody winning. Congratulations, happy birthdays. I love it.
Hmm.
Um, Most of the time, I'll go up there and post something. And then once I post it, I go back to work. Like, I don't check social media again until I get home.
Hmm.
Um, but what I will say is whether you are a part of the NBA, NFL, um, overseas pro, um, college, everyday life. A lot
Hmm.
of us, a lot of us don't talk about things. We keep a lot of stuff inside of us that we're fighting. We're fighting silent battles um, every single day, and we tend to go through things and do things. Like I said earlier, we get in our own way. You know what I'm saying? But it could be a cry for help. Have any
Yes.
anybody on that platform, NBA
Hmm.
board members,
Hmm.
because there's a big group of people that makes up the NBA. You get what
Right.
I'm has
Right.
I mean, do we step to them and say, I mean, step up to these players and say, you know, you have to go through therapy before we can put you back on the floor. You know what I'm saying? There could be a sense of, something happened that triggered him to do that. Mental illness. We don't know what it is. We can't
Yeah,
judge
right. We don't know.
else based upon what we see on social media because sometimes there's a backstory. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's a backstory to everything.
Right. It
You
is.
one person saying one thing, another person saying another thing. The truth of it, okay, let's get down to the bottom of it. You know what
Right.
I'm Some people feel like, hey, I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? This needs to die down because there are folks out there that does not take accountability or responsibility for the things that they do. They
Right.
will literally make you look like a liar or make you look like, oh, it's her, that it's her,
Right.
not that you are the foundation to the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Meaning, regardless of what he is going through, what's the trigger point?
Right.
Where did it
Exactly.
start? You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We got to look at the foundation. We need to maybe knock it down and build it back up. What can we do to help him? You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Because apparently something's going on. You can't just say, oh, he did this out of
Hmm.
what's going on. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like if a child rebels, this
It's the
child,
reason.
if there's a reason.
Hmm.
You're For instance, you can have a child that is dealing um that is a genius,
Hmm.
and you think that there's something else going on with him because in your mind it's like his grades are amazing, but his behavior is
Hmm.
he could
Right.
be a kid that is in an environment where it's distracting and he needs
Right.
to be more in a gifted and talented classroom where he can focus the way that he want to focus. And
Right.
he's acting out because he doesn't want to be in that environment. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Or I don't want this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hmm.
You have kids out here who are dealing with autism,
Hmm.
and some of the parents don't even know
Don't
or
know it.
or where to begin. You know,
Hmm.
and to call for help because in their mind he's normal. He looks perfect. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get to the
Hmm.
foundation of what's going on, you're never going to know.
You
You're not
know.
what help you need. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You can't just judge a person based upon, oh my God, he did it again.
Right. No.
Okay. let's go back to, let's sit down and talk about why did he do it?
Right.
What triggered him? Did
Mhm,
something happen in the lockers? Did
mhm,
something happen with his agent? Like, what is triggering this? Is this a family issue? What's
mhm.
going on? It's not always
Mhm,
what you say. It's
mhm. Something's wrong for
something's wrong.
him to do it back to back like that. If that's true, yeah, something's going on
Something's definitely going on.
to make that happen. You know,
Right. Definitely so. I'm proud of you. Look at you with this podcast, boy.
yeah, I'm trying
You do.
to. I think
You,
I'm getting more and more used to. I'm getting more comfortable. That's how I know that I'm getting used to. Like, I don't freak out now.
right. So were
You
you
know?
nervous when you first started?
Yeah, well, when I first started, man, it took me a couple of hours, man, to get my nerves like where I needed to be. Yeah, yeah, for real. I'm telling you, it's different,
Yeah.
because you gotta. It's like you gotta prep yourself. You gotta
Yeah.
rehearse.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
believe it or not, a lot of people they do it. I heard this rapper. He said before I go on stage, people don't understand that I prep before. I be at home, studio, boom. Even when I get to the concert, I prep. I say my. You gotta act like you're already on stage, and when you backstage, you know, you got all right.
Right.
That, you know,
Hype
that
your,
that's just like writing stuff down.
right. That's true. That's true.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how I came through. Uh, like as far as my brain motivated,
Yep.
I gotta I gotta live that out. I can't
You're right.
I can't be seen under pressure.
Why not? Why not show that?
Well, yeah, but yes, not like I can't make a mistake, but I try to stay strong and I try to live the brand that I built and still build it.
Yeah, but we're all flawed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. We are. We
I'm
are.
I I don't
We are.
I don't know how to be fake. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It is what it is, and I don't care how anybody view me.
Right.
Um, like
Yeah.
I go through my hurts. I go through my process. I
Yeah.
go through the criticism or people making it seem like, oh, she's this way, she's that way. No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep it real.
Right.
Like you might see me with makeup on, you might not see me with makeup on. Underneath this, I'm dealing with my dark
Right.
circle
Right. 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 Exactly.
working so
Right.
long. Like that's
Right.
just who I am. It is what it is.
Right.
Um, and even if I get caught up in something, come ask me. You
Come
know what
at me. Right.
like, you make accusations to believe what other people say. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you stay right over there with those people that made accusations or help you believe those accusations without asking me. You know
Right.
what's going on. Like, I don't care how anybody view me. I one thing about me, you're not, and you know this about me. I'm not gonna be in nothing unless someone put me into it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You're not gonna throw my name in nothing. Okay, if I had an opinion or I said something, I'm gonna tell you I said it. It is what it is. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm gonna be blunt. It's okay to show that side. I think it's okay. It doesn't take away from you being motivated. That's like
Hmm.
being um a minister. How can you or someone
Hmm.
if you are alcoholic and most of the time alcoholic is gonna go to a AA meeting, correct? I hope I'm saying that right, a AA
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
Um and he's going to feel comfortable because he's with other people who have been alcoholics or is alcoholics.
Hmm.
You've never been an alcoholic or you've never been on drugs or anything like that. Sorry about that. I'm at
Hmm.
my house with the phone.
Yeah.
um how can you, as a person who's never experienced that, tell somebody else how to get through it? You can't. That's just like a preacher that preaches every day. He's been through stuff. That's why he's preaching. And when
Right.
he preaches to you, he's preaching to himself as well. That is
Hmm.
motivation to keep him like, I gotta stay rooted and grounded in the
Hmm.
word of God, because honestly, I can only give you what is in God's words, but I'm
Right.
standing firm on it because I'm a witness to it. I
Right.
can't stand up here and preach something to you that I don't know about. You know
Right.
what
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
help a person who's been on drugs if I've never been on drugs. So I get where you're coming from as far as
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
That's
okay.
all I'm saying.
You
Yeah.
you're being your brand, and that's what you're supposed to do. At
Right.
the end, it's okay to show people like,
Yeah.
back to failure. I
Right.
failed,
Right.
I messed up. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But
Hmm.
here's what I did to overcome it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And
Right.
now at this point, regardless of my brand, I'm still gonna motivate.
You're still a human. You're still a
Yeah,
human being. You're
still
still a
human.
human
I'm
being.
still motivate because it's not just for you, it's for me too.
Right.
Whatever I post up on social media, it's nothing to anybody. It's for me too. And I only post up something that inspired me or motivated me, or a conversation my mom and I might have had. And I'm
Hmm.
like, man, that touched me. Maybe someone else needs to hear it. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
but it's okay to show
Yeah.
that other part of you. I don't care.
Hmm.
You know me.
Right. Yep. Yeah. I don't know the technical. Your
Yeah.
phone. Yeah. Technical. But that ain't
I
nothing.
try to put it on do not disturb, and I still got people calling.
Yeah. 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 We apologize for the technical issue. So.
Right.
Yeah. But Yeah. You're right. Um. Yeah. I'm just basically saying that. Like I said, we are human beings and we go through stuff. You know. I just I like to lift people.
Yeah.
I
I
like to lift people. Because I've been through stuff and still going through stuff. The challenges of everyday life. It's like we all say, don't let TV take over your mind. Well, don't let everyday life, real life, take over your mind either.
that's
Because TV life is nothing but something that's coming from real life. You know,
that's true.
so it's
That-
just being acted out.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
right, right. So I mean, yeah, I think I'm good, man. Just gotta keep believing in what I'm doing, and the main thing, the first thing that I'm striving so hard to be is first is uh, a better person and to be in the place that I need to be. I'm not gonna go that deep, but you know what I'm saying. The place that I need to be to, you know, to keep me grounded
Right.
with greatness.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, I'm
That's
telling you,
yep. That's why.
that's it. That's it. That's it, man. I lock myself in the house, man, and yo, it's
You
nothing,
do that too.
nothing personal.
No, I
Listen,
do it as well.
it's
I,
nothing personal, man. I don't need to be out like around people. I do it. I'm feeling it when I'm out around people. That's when I'm feeling like doing that.
yeah.
When I'm not, I'm not.
You're just an introvert. You always have been, and
Right,
so am I. When I'm home, I'm home. Like
right,
I don't want to move.
right.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like I'm home. Like I don't want to do anything. That's just who we
Man,
are. You know what I'm saying? You
I,
save gas that way too.
right. I
You know?
be in here, man, thinking about everything, thinking about things, what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do this. I got a shirt. I'm thinking about uh some sweater hoodies, like some summer actor wear hoodies for women with the cut
Mhm.
off sleeve. I'm thinking about something like that. I saw.
Listen,
I
don't think
look at it.
do
I
it.
look at it, and I'm already seeing how I want it done.
Did you write it down?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm already seeing how I want it done. Uh, the slogan that I'm gonna put on the back of the tees.
Don't talk
Already,
about it. Don't
already
talk about it
seeing.
right
Right,
now. Just
right.
write
Already see how I want it done. Just saying that. That's what you know. That's what I do, man.
right.
that's what I do. I just become that. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta, and that's the only way you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna change from that. If you know you needed to change from being this person. You gotta change.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. You're
So
absolutely
yeah. So what are you doing the rest of the holiday?
nothing. When I come home, I got to be with my favorite girl, my mom. I
Hmm.
love that lady to death. You know what I'm saying? Um, I've been spending time with um, my bestie Josie for a little bit. I kind of helped her work the other day. Usually, when I come home, I take a couple of clients or whatever, and then I'm
Hmm.
out. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm just relaxing. I need the rest. I keep going, going, going. I don't just own a couple of salons. I'm running them.
Hmm.
Um, I made the decision to make some changes. You know what I'm saying? So the little time that I have here, I'm just gonna kind of
Hmm.
finish some business stuff. Um, I have I did a magazine interview. Another magazine just reached out to me. I'm getting ready to finish up that interview.
Right.
Um, when you reached out to me with the podcast, I was excited, especially, us being family. We're first cousins. Um,
Hmm.
so of course I was just like, I gotta do that first.
Hmm.
Um, and then,
Take that.
right. Just kind of, I'm trying to see as many people as I can while I'm here. Um, Friends and family that I didn't get to see the last time I was home. Um, Time is everything to me. Um, Peace is everything to me. So, um, I try to, put the energy into um, a peaceful environment. I can't, like you said earlier, we got to be careful about who we're around or whatever. And you know me, I'm the same way. I'm the same person no matter who it is. So that's basically it. Just doing some visits and spending time with my girl and just resting and relaxing and just finishing up some business stuff. Because as soon as I get back on that plane, I got to go straight to work. Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely.
Pleasure business. Pleasure than business.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Mhm.
They say when you work hard, you can play hard, right? That's what they say.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you say?
You right about that part, I guess. It don't
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah. I
playing.
guess. I guess because sometimes you don't want to work too hard.
No, no,
But I
you
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
right,
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. You're
right.
right. Exactly right.
But I can definitely say that I'm working a whole lot smarter than harder. That's one thing that I got to give to New Haven, Connecticut. It's opened my eyes to my worth. You know what I'm saying? And my value. Um, Being from South Carolina, we're used to
Hmm.
what we're used to. I've
Right.
had people say to me,
Hmm.
I've had people say to me, I've had people say to me, "Oh, I can't afford your prices or whatever." In my mind, I'm like, "But you can, yeah, you can afford Louis and Gucci. You can afford any type of car you want.
Oh, so
You know what I'm saying?" I've had
right.
people say that, "Oh, I can't afford your prices," and I just had this conversation with my friend and some people at the salon where I said, oh my God, I lost my thought. I said, we are, I hate the fact that as a cosmetologist, a lot of people look at us like we're not essential, like we don't mean anything. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's like as a kid, you go to your mom takes you to the barbershop, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Are your mom or dad takes you to get your hair done, right? These
Right.
things are
Right.
important.
Hmm.
When you pass away, you gotta get your hair done. You go to prom, you go to
Yeah.
anything important, you gotta go get your hair
Right.
done.
Right.
And you
Right.
complain about the prices as if
Right.
we are not valuable.
Right.
Um, most self employers have to take care of all their health care, their bills and everything. And don't get me wrong, we're grateful, but we don't have a 9 to 5 job where we have an insurance card. Everything comes out of our pocket. You get what I'm saying? So one thing I can say about New Haven is it taught me a valuable lesson. Know your worth. I don't care what nobody says about my prices or whatever. I know what my value is.
Hmm.
I don't use anything. Everything that I use on my clients is of value. You get what I'm saying? From buying scissors that may be $750, that's because I value what I do,
Hmm.
so that I can give my clients
The
exactly
best.
the
Right.
best part of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
there are some folks that may be okay with what they're okay with. That's you.
Yeah.
But this is me. You know, I put everything, when I say I put every part of me into what I do, I put every part of me into what I do. You know what I'm saying? If this top of the line products, I'm going to use top of the line products. I'm going to use top of the line tools to make sure that I'm giving you the best version of me. So for anybody who says, "Oh, I can't afford your price," or "Don't charge me," you don't need to be in my chair. It's non-negotiable.
Right.
Because
Yes.
when you walk into any stores, I don't care if you're going to a five-star restaurant. When you walked in there, you saw the menu before you left home. Because I look at the menu before I leave home. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? You saw what it was going to be. You had the choice to say, "I'm not doing that."
Right.
I'm non-negotiable. I know
Hmm.
my value.
Hmm.
I know my worth now. Before I allow people to use me, everybody wants a discount. Everybody, but you can't they're not giving me no discount off of a car note or a
Hmm.
house note or anything, are they? They're not taking nothing off, right? So why should we devalue ourselves because someone says I can't afford it? Don't come. Don't
Right.
book.
Right.
Don't book. I mean,
Right.
plain and simple.
Right.
So easy. So easy.
Right. I mean, you already know in your mind right now that things are like everything is up. You know, every so
Yes.
everybody that's has their own business, things are up. Just like you said, you pay for that. I mean, me.
You pay for a trip.
I mean, I'll get my hair cut before I buy that. You know what I'm saying? But that's
How is
just
it
me.
that we want to look nice on a budget? So how
Wow.
my question to you is, whatever works for you is for you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. That is your business.
Right.
However, my thing
Right.
is this:
Right.
don't devalue me because you feel like what your budget is what that's what that's not my budget. Your
Right.
budget is your budget. That's not my budget.
Right.
You need to book according to your budget.
Right.
If you can't devalue me because I really want to go, but I can't afford it. We're
Don't
not
go.
gonna Don't go. Don't come.
That's it. Don't go.
I'm not gonna do that. I've done that so many times.
Right.
I felt so bad. You know what I'm saying? I felt so bad. And I used to be like, oh my God, I don't want to charge this, I don't want to charge that. And I'm sitting here thinking about, okay, because I know this person or they're such sweethearts and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. They
Right.
don't do that for me. I have family members
Right.
that they have their own, doing whatever they want, cooking, no matter what it is, cooking, selling clothes, whatever it is, they want their money. You're not gonna discount me for no plate. I've had that happen to me.
Right.
But you want me to discount you for your hair? No.
Right.
You want your money for your food. I want my money for my hair. And
Right.
that's where I am now. I know my value and I'm not settling. I'm not going to settle. I'm not. I mean, it is what it is. And that's not just the business, that's personal as well. I know the value of my peace, my livelihood, and I'm not going to devalue my peace for your chaos. So if that means that I have to put boundaries on things and people in order for me to be in a peaceful situation, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because you did not value me.
Right.
You
Exactly
didn't
right.
value me.
Well, that's the same thing I be trying to tell people, man. Like, you don't understand like what's being put into this, the thought, and what I had to go through. I had to. You gotta pay for your name. You
Mhm.
know, you gotta pay to keep the. I had to pay to keep this name. If I wanted this brand to be mine, I had to pay. I had to go through a lot of paperwork and sending it off to where it needed to go, and
Right.
it
The
taking it
structure.
taking years to come back.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just exaggerating a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. It
Yep.
taking months to come back, and you like, and people don't get it.
They don't. Okay. And I listen, I was having a conversation with a young lady one day and I was like, how much money did you put into school? Over 20 G's. Okay. And you started your prices at how much? Yeah, it's just my start. I said, okay. But you got to pay your student loan back?
Hmm,
Okay.
hmm.
If that's how you feel, then that's fine. Because what we have to understand is people want what they want.
That's
Am
it.
I right?
Yeah.
You don't go to Chanel and try to negotiate their price.
No.
Right. You
You
already
already know
know
that.
you are in a different league. Am I right? Okay.
Yeah.
So why as human beings do we try to negotiate what we give service, like how we sell ourselves, our
Mm,
products and services? Why do we do that? You know, that's even family members. It is what it is. I
mhm,
feel like it's a slap in my face as a cosmetologist, even if you are a family member or a
right.
friend telling me,
Mhm,
okay, this is what I feel like I should pay. Okay.
mm-mm.
You go to somebody else and pay more, but you want me to do no, you
Yeah.
don't need to be I'm good. You don't
Yeah.
need to
They
we
they
don't need
not.
don't
Yeah.
have yeah. You know what
They ain't respecting your
I mean?
craft and your skill, man. They
They're not
not like.
respecting my craft nor my skills because I feel like if you're gonna sell me a hat, like I purchased two motivated hats from you,
Mhm,
I'm gonna pay full price. That is your business. That's
mhm.
what it's supposed to be about,
Right.
right? If
Yeah.
I decide to give your girlfriend or your, a friend of yours a discount, that's on me. But if I tell you
Right.
this is what I'm charging, and you don't want to pay it, okay, it is what it is. I'm not gonna get mad at that. I'm not, but that's my price, and that's what it is.
Right. Exactly right. Feel the same exact same way, man. People they don't understand,
They
man.
don't value each other. You know, the respect that comes with you even just giving respect to a person who is living their life, whether they are a dispatcher, whether they're in logistics, whether they're in um, retail, uh, baking, engineers. It doesn't matter what type of job you have. The it feels good for people to respect your craft and respect it when you do that, it makes them respect you
Right.
a lot.
Exactly.
And then it opens doors to people.
Mhm.
You know what? Let me send you over here because she's real professional.
Mhm.
Like that person doesn't have to explain to the next person that, she came here and patronized my business and she did it the right way. You know,
Mhm.
doing it the right way, it leaves a lasting impression of how you
Mhm.
respect my craft. You get
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
That opens doors to other things. It's not just
Mhm.
about, okay, I'm gonna go over here and patronize her because she patronized me. It opens doors to, you know what? Um, let me send the governor's wife over there. You know what I'm saying? Or, let me send someone from town hall over there. Or even if it's just a person that doesn't have a high title or a
Mhm.
person who's well respected. Or let me send my mom over there who's well respected in the community and
Mhm.
you know, um, uh, has opened doors for other people or have some strings that she can pull for. You don't know what it will do, you know what I'm saying? Just that alone does it will open doors for you that you feel like, okay, it took me a long time to get where I am today. And all
Right.
I did was I went over here and I purchased two hats from him
Hmm.
and paid full price. I didn't have
Right.
to do I didn't question uh you know,
Right.
why he charged that much, or
Right.
I didn't think about, okay, this is my cousin, we're family, or
Right.
he should give me a discount. No,
Right.
no, it
Right.
should no, that's not what it is. Like, she respects my business.
Hmm.
Because of that, I respect hers.
Right. Exactly. Right. Well, that's why, like, well, a lot of people always say everybody that I've met in business, I always say the people be family too, people a lot of them, the majority of them, they won't support you because they never respected you. It got so much to do with you, and now that you have a business, they don't respect you enough, like you said, to respect your business. Because they never looked at you, whatever they had for you. They people like they saw something in you that they had for you to be. How can you do that?
Right. And that's what you saying. But what I was saying is, um, respecting that person's business as far as what his value is. You respect his value enough to say, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pay for this. I don't think it has anything to do with who you are. You know
Mm-hmm,
what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
And even if a person doesn't care for you, if they see something they're like, Reggie, they're coming to get it.
mm-hmm.
Get what I'm saying? No matter if they like you or not.
Yeah.
Even if you got an online store,
Mm-hmm,
people, even if they don't like you, if you have an online store, believe me, they
mm-hmm,
may not want to deal with you face to face, but they may, I'm gonna go purchase a hat.
mm-hmm,
You understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's so much as that. For those who don't patronize your business, who have a problem with you, it's from that point it's real deep and real personal. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But who you were back then is not who you are now.
Right. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
So you
So
don't like me because who I was yesterday?
right.
You get what I'm
Uh,
saying? The only way I'm not gonna like you
mhm.
if the pattern is still doing this, we
Right.
can't we can't get along. It's constantly going. If my past is rolling over into the future and it's constantly going,
Right. Same way. Same thing.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm good. Like,
Right.
we don't see eye to eye. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
If the past is the past, then that's what it is. If you hear me keep bringing up the past, I'm bringing up the past because it's doing this into my future. It's spilling over into my future. You
Right.
know,
Exactly.
like, and it shouldn't do that.
Right.
It shouldn't do
Right.
that.
If it's left
Right.
alone, then it's left alone.
Right.
You know. That's it.
Yep. Because that's basically what it is. If it's constantly reoccurring in your life, if something from your past is constantly moving forward as you're moving forward, like, you gotta learn how to,
Right.
okay, you were not relevant then.
Hmm. Right.
The minute I show grace or mercy and say, okay, let me allow this
Mm.
person to be, you know, relevant.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You give them a little bit, they take a whole, you know what I'm saying? And now I
Yeah.
gotta put you back to non-factor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's with anything. You
Right.
can't allow, that's how our heart is. We are so like, okay, let me show some grace. Let me show some mercy. That's how God is with us too. Let me show some grace. Let me show some mercy. And you give them a little bit, you give them an inch and they want to take a mile and you're like,
Yeah.
nah, that's not what it was. That's not what.
Hmm.
Now it's spilling over into your
Right.
future. You're like,
Right.
here we go
Right.
again.
Right. Before you get mad,
Yep.
just like you said, just let them be.
Yep. Yep.
That's
So
it.
now it becomes
Right.
a situation where, okay, so here we
Right.
go. That goes back to
Hmm.
value your peace. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
not going, like, it's
Yeah.
not going. We
you're
gotta
not messing up my peace, so I'll just not deal with you,
battle.
because I gotta keep being the same person that I'm
Yeah,
supposed to be.
absolutely.
So, and I can't let you mess that up. I
Right.
can't do
That's true.
that.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't think that I don't think that there's anything wrong with anybody patronizing anybody's business respectfully, whether they have any type of ill will against you or not. People are going to buy what they want.
Right.
People are
Exactly.
going to buy what they like, no matter who you are.
You
You know,
know who you are. You're right.
it doesn't matter. But if they feel like they don't like it, they're
Hmm.
not gonna buy it.
They're not gonna
Y-
buy it. That's it.
Right. That's just like I've have I've bought Jordans growing up,
Hmm.
but I'm not a Jordan sneaker person anymore. You know what
Not
I'm saying?
me either. I'm not really.
Right. That's
Mhm.
not saying I don't like Jordans.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't I have not I mean,
Yeah. I'm just
I
not.
don't want it no more.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
all these sneakers I see now, I've had it.
Hmm.
What I'm saying, I don't it's not that I don't want it. I just
Right.
that's
You
not
don't. Yeah, it's not
right.
you.
It's not. You grow. That's growth. You grow. You like things at the time, in
Hmm.
that whatever, and you grow out of it until a point where you're like, okay, this is what I want. I mean,
Right.
if I go buy some Keds tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I'm something wrong with that, I
Yeah.
like Keds today.
I like kids
They're
today.
comfortable.
Yeah. I like Air
You know
Force
what I'm
One.
saying?
I like something else
Right.
another time.
Right.
Right. Right.
You
And
might see me with some Keds on tomorrow. I mean, what?
yeah.
So that's what I like.
Yeah. That just sometimes, I'll go buy sneakers, and you know, and it be because once you get it, man, it's like it don't mean that much, man. Like
Yeah, it
it's just
devalues.
because it's a want.
Yeah, it is a want. Yeah, it definitely is a want.
I don't let myself like material things. I don't let it become a need because you know I wear the same thing all the time, tees and
Mm,
hats, whatever. I wear the same thing all the time. If I want to pull out something a little more extravagant, then I'll do that.
right,
So I don't have to go to the store all the time just to get stuff,
right, right,
you know. But sometimes you just want something new.
right,
But
right.
it's not like that all the time because I just got too much important stuff that I think about. I might think about becoming, oh, how can I better my personality?
Right.
You can go buy sneakers to make yourself happy. I don't do that. I want to become better to make
Yes,
me happy.
yes.
You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
was
That's the
using that as
difference.
a metaphor, based upon what we talked about, the value in respecting other people's, business or whatever. Because honestly, it's you're gonna invest in what you like, point blank. And going forward, if you feel like, okay, I don't want to invest in this, let me pay for a class to educate myself, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Or let me go to therapy. There's
Right,
some that I've been dealing
right.
with. I'm
Exactly.
going forward. But
Exactly.
I get
Right.
exactly what you're saying. But honestly, all jokes aside, it's you know, I'm just at a point in my life where overall everything that we talked about, um, I
Mhm.
can no longer allow anybody to disturb my peace. Um, I know where I came from. I know what my struggles were growing up. Um, I am grateful for those struggles. I am grateful for every strict punishment, lecture that my family had to have with me. Um, being rebellious growing up wasn't about me trying to be disrespectful to my mom. It was more about me
Right.
standing firm on things that I believed in. And
Hmm.
at that time, my mom instilled in us
Hmm.
God and church. That's how we grew up.
Hmm.
But, there was a part of me where I was just like, I don't want to wear a skirt. I'm out here playing football with the neighborhood
Hmm.
kids. I'm out here with a skirt running around. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So
Hmm.
I kind of rebelled when it came
Right.
to, you know, um, But that honestly pushed me into um, standing firm on what I believe today with building a solid foundation when it comes to running a salon. You know what I'm saying? Entrepreneurship, um, with operating the businesses that I have, because there has to be structure. You know what I'm saying? A crack in the foundation is going to eventually, um, your business will crumble. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, if you don't take care of that crack, that's exactly, it's going to be a leak.
Hmm.
Water comes, flooding in, is going to
Right.
make the foundation a little weaker, and
Yeah.
eventually it's going to fall.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so
Right.
um, we just have to stand firm on the
Right.
things we believe in hopes that people can like respect your value. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? How you operate things, um, that is gonna, allow you to keep your business afloat, point blank. And whoever doesn't value you, you just keep moving. It is.
Right.
It is. I mean, no love lost, but we're just two different
Right.
people going down
Right.
two
Right.
paths.
And I refuse to be viewed
Right.
because of the business.
Yeah.
Don't
ab-
think that if you're in a tight spot, all right, well,
Right.
you got it. You supposed to, I mean, if you're my friend, if I can help you. It
Right.
doesn't matter if I got it or not. I can say that if I want.
Yeah.
I can say if I can help you
Right.
because I control my money.
Right.
See what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you think.
Right.
If you think I got it, because you'll never know that.
Right.
So, you don't always help people with money. You help them with knowledge, because there's something that you did as to why you're in a situation. I sympathize with you.
Yeah.
And that's how I stay where I ain't to ask nobody for nothing because sometimes you have to, but I just rather not
Yeah.
because like I feel it that same thing I get that same feeling when someone asks me for something. I get that same feeling, and I may give it to them, but I still get that feeling of this could have been me asking. You don't, and you're not supposed to make people feel bad
No.
even though they may feel bad because you might say, "Well, I don't have it." you know, it's just
Right. But
but
I don't. You're right. Someone told me this story. There was a man who always gave out a brick every time someone asked him. He would give them a brick. And one day, one of the friends that asked him for a brick saw him one day. He was sleeping um, in the streets, and he was like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, why are you out here? What happened to you?" And he said, "I kept giving out my bricks, and every brick I gave out, no one returned them.
right.
And because of that, I no longer have a home because I kept giving it out."
See,
So even if you say no to somebody, and I tell my mom this all the time, it's okay to say no for the simple fact that, and I'm going to repeat it, your peace, number
hmm
one, and or you got to bear with the bill collectors calling you because you gave your bill money to someone else who needed it to pay their bill.
right.
My thing is, let me do what I got to do for me first. And if I see that I can spare it, I will. I don't mind giving you half of my cheeseburger. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind doing that. You hung if you hungry, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I don't.
that's
But
right.
I let me make sure that my lights are on first. Because if
Yeah,
my lights is off,
right.
I can't help you.
I can't help you.
That's the blind leading the blind.
Right, right. I'm certainly not gonna help you, and then knowing that you know Wow. Well,
My bill,
how am I going to do what I need to do if
absolutely,
I didn't gave you what I needed.
that's true.
I
That
can't because we have done that. That's why
yeah, we
everybody we've given,
every
and
last one.
chances are the person that's asking you, their heart is too good too. They're asking someone is asking them all the time. They may not even have it and giving it.
Yep.
I
Or
can't I can't do that no more, man.
right. Or 9 times out of 10, they got it. They just want what you have. Or think
That can happen
you
too.
right.
That
I
can
know
happen too.
someone that would call somebody to pick them up. Let me take this back. I don't know him. I don't know. I don't know. This lady will call another lady and ask her to pick her up because she did not have a ride. She did not explain. She wasn't specific. I don't have a ride. I can you take me here? But the minute that person had death in the family, no phone call, no checking up, none of that stuff. Not talking about anybody, not calling any.
Right.
And when that person buried their family member, after it was over, that person called back and asked if they could take them where they need to go. So the person who lost the family member asked her, "Well, I can't do that at this time. However, how were you going to where you needed to go when I
Right.
wasn't around?"
Right.
You know what that person said?
Right.
"I was driving my car."
Damn.
And when the person told me, I was like, "What you wait a minute, back up." So this person told you that they were driving their car when you could not help them at the time that you were burying your family member.
Right.
And the person was like, "Yeah." I said, "So all this time that person had a car, but was using you for your gas and was not giving gas money
Oh.
while their car was sitting in their yard." So you have to be careful. You
You have to
literally
be
have to be
careful.
careful about
You have to
people.
be
They will
careful.
use you and make it seem like they don't have, and they have it.
Right. Right.
It's sad. It's sad.
Right. Well, the first thing you gotta look at, and whether they got it or not, or whether you got it or not, is this person caring? Like you said, she didn't even come to the funeral, and she found the way to get to where she was going in her own car. Like that's the same thing as saying, in a relationship or something. Does this person really care for me? I'm giving, 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 but does this person care for me? Some people care, and someone said this on TV. A lot of people care about what you do, the characteristic of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They don't care about you. See
Or
what I'm
they
saying?
care about what you can do for them.
Boom.
Yeah. That's
That's
so
it. And you gotta watch that because I've had that. You know, we're coming along. We're friends. A relationship isn't building. You know, and some people, in general, we're not gonna talk men, women, but I'm gonna speak in general.
we are speaking men, women.
Well, we are, but
But I get what
I'm,
you're
I'm not
no
just
name.
gonna talk about a certain
Yeah,
situation, but I'm gonna speak
right.
on experience. You know, sometimes people feel like, well, they deserve. Okay, it's been a minute, so you, we do this, we do that, and just like you say, they may even have it, but it's what they think they deserve. That's what that lady did. She felt like she deserved it. She selfishly,
Yeah.
but she felt like she deserved it. We gotta watch that. We when we can only watch it by saying no. We can't watch it by actually seeing it with our eyes. We gotta watch it by saying, no, I'm not gonna do it this time and see what happens. Boom. That's the only way to watch it.
Yeah. You have to analyze the situation.
Boom.
I think, God gives us the spirit of discernment. So a lot of times we know exactly what's going on. We know who's using us, but from the kindness of our hearts, our heart is telling us, let me go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? They ask. That's just the type of person that we are. But you know, we have to literally step back sometimes and analyze the situation, because that those situations put us in scenarios that it's hard to get out of. Like, you say yes so many times, and now when it's time to say no, it's like it's so hard for me to say no, but you have to, because you don't have it to give. And then you saying no brings out a different side to those people, to where you're like, whoa,
You find out.
wait a minute.
You
Now
find out.
here's the truth.
Mhm.
Get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. Like, in all aspects, like, we just have to learn how to follow
Yeah.
our heart and pay
Mhm.
attention to that spirit that's telling you, "Hey,
Right.
this is not." Because we are we're stubborn people. Like,
Mhm.
your heart can be telling you, "Listen," or that spirit can speak to you and say, "I don't think that's a good idea." And here we go. Well, I'm gonna try it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You already knew how you felt when that person came and asked you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We gotta learn how to, like, walk away from situations like
Yeah.
this, you know.
Because you already got a sense of the situation.
Right.
Because, like you said, before you were even asked by that person, you already felt it. Like, you felt it in conversation and body language. You know, you don't have to be a scientist. It's just the body language. It's just the way that person is acting. Something is wrong. So
Right.
when they pop that question, you were like, okay, that's coming from that.
Right.
That's the lead on for the question. That attitude of,
Right.
it listen, it's okay, man. But like,
Right.
it's okay. It's okay. That's just
All you can do at you just gotta pray for them and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing you can do. Like, honestly, I there's no right and wrong
right.
um to a person's emotion. They
Hmm.
act out how they feel.
That's how they feel.
You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? You can't tell a person, "Oh, okay, you was wrong for acting like that."
Mhm.
They act out how they feel
How they, yeah, right,
or
exactly.
how they felt. You know what
Right,
I'm
right,
That's that.
right,
However, you have
right.
the power to cut things off that no longer serves you purpose. Point blank.
Yeah, yeah, because a lot of people, sometimes people are, a person can ask you for something, and then if you say no for whatever reason, then they feel the need to take something away. It may be his time. You know what? That's not right. So
Yeah.
that's not right. Something's not right about this. So I'm glad I didn't do it.
Discernment spirit. Yep.
You know,
That's exactly
and
what.
I don't. I don't do any. I don't say the word no to hurt people.
You
You
see what
know?
you're right now? What you're saying right now is that big heart. I don't
Mhm.
say to hurt people.
I don't. I
Neither do
don't say.
I.
I
But
don't
it's
say.
the truth.
Right. I
Truth.
don't say no to
That
hurt people.
that's that that's that, oh God, I don't want to say no. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
I don't really want to. I don't.
No, you don't.
I
But
don't.
what is what it's okay to say no, Reggie.
Yeah, it is.
It's okay to
But
it's okay to say no.
yeah,
Even when you want to say yes, it's okay to say no, because
yeah.
you already know that your discernment is telling you this is not right. You know what I'm saying?
Something's not
You used to tell
right.
me no growing
Right.
up.
But it's a. But see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of it becomes a pattern of things, man. Like I said, you can see the attitude, the body language, then the question. Something is something. What I'm saying, something it's not just the money, because sometimes if you don't get your soul right, or you don't get yourself right, and what's causing you to be asking, then you're going to keep asking. So sometimes it's something that you're not doing. And then when it's something that you're not doing, money is not going to help you. You
No,
know, it's not going to help you. I'm talking about in some situations now, not all. And sometimes money is not going to help you because, okay, boom, I help you pay this. You come back again, boom, do it again, boom, come back again, and do it again. Money's not helping you. You're not, you're not doing what you're supposed to do to not ask, because now you're becoming dependent. See what I'm saying?
we have to hold responsibility for our actions as well too. You know what I'm saying? And that
Uh-huh.
goes back to the spirit of discernment, because you honestly know exactly what's going on, yet you keep enabling them. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
There's of you don't want to say no because in your mind you're saying I don't want to hurt their feelings. But if I tell a person, if you're if let's say for instance you know, let I ran into someone homeless, and I see this guy all the time, and I gave, I bought him something to eat. Um, as soon as I bought him something to eat, I'm watching him throw the food away that I just bought him, right? I'm just saying. This is
Oh,
just I'm just
yeah,
hypothetical.
but you see,
Right.
you still open my eye though.
Right. Right.
I'm like,
Or
what?
the next time I saw him, instead of giving him food, I gave him money. Now this is my trial, you know?
Hmm.
I gave him some money, and I saw how, amazed he was at, oh, she gave me some money. I see him all the time and I'm giving him money. And let's say one particular day I see him take this money and he go buy drugs, right? So that right there said to me, okay, the first time I gave him food, he threw it away. Um, I gave him money, you know, I watch him go buy drugs, right? Um, the part of us being responsible for uh, how we involve ourselves in certain situations, we have to literally analyze everything. And we can't sit here and say, "Oh, I just, I gave him something and what he do with it, that's his business." No, it's your business too. You took your hard working money and you gave it to someone.
Hmm.
And how would you feel knowing that
Hmm.
the money that you gave him, that money you gave him, the
Hmm.
next morning you saw him on the news, they found him somewhere, he had an overdose. You get what I'm saying? You would literally feel guilty knowing that it was your money
Hmm.
that you gave him.
Hmm.
You was the last person that he saw. You
Hmm.
could have prevent that from happening. Am I
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
We have to take responsibility for how we deal with everyday life, all these situations. It's either yes or it's either no.
Well, that's it.
That spirit of discernment is already going to tell you he don't want that food. He
Hmm.
want money.
Right.
You have the power to say yay or nay.
That's it.
You know? So if I choose to say no, I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? If I choose to say yes, then my
Yeah.
yes, like you said, it don't have to be money. I'm gonna buy you something to eat. If you throw it away, that was your choice.
That was
But
your choice.
at least
Hmm.
that food,
Hmm.
unless you sold the food to
Hmm.
someone else,
Yeah.
that food is
Hmm.
not
Yeah.
gonna make you have an overdose.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So we
And
gotta
you, right. You
we gotta
still help them.
back. You still help them.
When you get help, you don't always get what you want. And help. See what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I mean, no one says that you can't, you're not supposed to help anybody in need. You can, but there's different ways to helping. And even if we do feel bad by saying no, sometimes you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to say no.
You gotta say no. You,
Consequences down the road
yeah.
could be
You
tragic.
might you can have it, and might not have it. So you just say no.
Right.
That's just because you can't give it to every one of them that you see. But
Right.
like you said, you're not gonna have nothing.
You're not going to have anything. Absolutely. I mean, it is what it is. So, yeah, I've learned my lesson over the years. People use me to get the things that they wanted. Um, and it hurt. And I promise you, after that, I was done. Like, you can't ask me for anything else. But if you not asking me, if I'm telling you no from here on out, that's my way of saying you're gonna work hard for it.
Boom.
You're gonna have to work hard for it. You
Hmm.
can't get it freely from me. Not me taking my hard earned money and giving it to you, or I'm sweating over making sure that this
Hmm.
okay. It's not always about money. It's just the effort, the work, the time that you put into things to make sure someone else is good and taken care of,
Hmm.
only for them to make you feel like they don't appreciate anything that you do for them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A hard pill to swallow, but it's a lesson for both of us. The
Right.
lesson for me is I'm not doing it again.
Right.
Like you taught me, you got what you needed to, and now you on your merry way. The lesson for you is I won't be a fool again. You can't come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you couldn't go to anybody else.
Hmm.
That's why you came to me. Now that you use me, you no longer have anybody else to use. So your lesson now is you need to go out and find a job. You need to work hard,
Hmm.
get it for yourself.
Right.
Because karma is real. What goes around comes around. You're gonna get it back. And that's why I don't like me. Honestly, I just sit back. Karma is real. Be careful. You gotta be careful how you treat people.
Hmm.
It's coming back. You and I just talked about this. Karma is it's going them tables they turn.
Yeah, yeah, that's why like, we talk about different situations and I let things go, man. Sometimes it be something in you like respond. Respond. No, no, I didn't, but nah, I just don't respond.
Reggie, pray for me.
And you pray for me too.
Woo!
Um
Because
and
I kind of hold on to grudges a little bit. I do, and I'm human. That's why I'm like I'm flawed. I know I am. I hold on to it. And then when I do let things go, like I can forgive you, but I'm just not dealing with you no more.
right, I'm
I
not.
can't, especially when I gave my all.
Mm,
Cuz I love hard. I love hard to a point where I got your back. I'm
right.
going to have your back. And even if you do me wrong, if I feel like I need to do something for you, I'm going to do it regardless because that's in my heart. But we don't have to we don't have to coexist. We don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially for me to, do anything. But other than that, I know I'm working on me with that. I'm really working on with me with that because it takes me time to process things. And what I mean
Right.
by that is if something happens, I
Hmm.
literally have to have an understanding of
Hmm.
what just happened. You get what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
have questions that I need
Yeah.
answered. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though we think differently, um, I need to uh I need you to understand where I'm coming from. Or I need you to see what it is to walk in my shoes so that you can get a better understanding of how I'm feeling.
Hmm.
So me holding on to stuff, I'm holding on to it because it's like, you know what? Let me process this. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I got to get this out of my system the way that I know how to.
Right.
And the way that I know how to is to do what you just said. Let me step back. Let me not respond. I don't want any interaction.
Hmm.
I just let me just have some peace. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just me.
Right.
Eventually down the line, it might be 8 years, 10
Right.
years, 5, 3, 2, maybe 1. But when the time is right, we'll be all good because it's never okay to address situation when there's so much anger. You know what I'm saying? You never know what will
Right.
happen.
Right.
Sometimes you have to let things die down.
Yeah, you got to get better with it, and you still know what happened, but you gave it some time, and now
Yep.
you you're prepared to say it in a better tone, better manner, or
Right,
whatever. You know,
right,
you can break it down still. You
right,
know, and they'll know.
right,
Yeah, because they were in the situation with you, so
right,
they know. You know,
right,
oh, well, dang, he ain't mad. Well, I'm not mad, but I'm letting you know. Still letting you know. You know,
right. And
yeah,
I can be unbothered all day long
yeah,
and still be like, I'm not dealing with you. You I'm unbothered, but I'm not dealing with you. Like that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't look at myself as a person that have enemies. You know what I'm saying? There's a sense of us having disagreements to a point where um we don't understand each other. We don't see eye to eye. Let's, you know, we agree to disagree and we're going to move forward. Like
hmm
everybody doesn't belong in your circle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you accept and move forward. I don't care
that's
how
it.
many friends that you have. All friends serve different purposes.
That's
I
it.
talk to and who not to talk to. You know what
That's it.
I know who to travel with and who not to travel with.
You
You
can't.
get what I'm saying? Everybody serves different purposes, but you can't hold on like, even though I hold on to some things, but holding on to those things is for me. It's not for you. Holding on those things for me is okay.
Right.
I need
Right.
to figure out what the lesson is in this. I
Yeah.
need
Right.
to understand. Let me process this. You know,
Right.
there's some questions that needs to be answered
Right.
for me.
Right.
Like it is what it is. Now, I am
Right.
not the person that's going to leave you on the side of the road whether I like you or not.
Right.
Not that person that's gonna leave you hanging
Nah,
over a
I'm not
bridge.
gonna do it.
That's not who I am.
I'm
If
not
you
gonna do it.
whether you like me or not, I'm gonna give you that help. But
Right.
other like if I say I'm good, I'm good. You can love people from a distance.
You can.
Right.
You can, man. Sometimes that's the only way to do it, man.
Yes,
Only way to do it.
absolutely.
Well, um, it's been real nice, you know, chopping it up with you. You know,
Yeah. It's been a long time.
yeah, it has, it has.
Yeah.
I really learned a lot. You know, this is why I'm doing it. You know, and just want to say, rest in peace, Tina Turner. Uh,
Yes.
you, Jim Brown,
Yes.
icons,
Yes.
um,
The way for a
so
lot.
civil rights movement.
Yes.
So definitely, man, I
Yeah.
can go, I,
Yes.
I can go
Glad
on and on
you
about that,
I'm
man.
glad you say that because a lot of us think
Uh,
that we see these icons and we're like, oh, they're movie stars or they're entertainers or whatever, and that's all it is. Not even thinking that they have been opening doors for us.
oh yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Using
yeah,
this
yeah.
to open doors for us African Americans. You know
hmm
what I'm saying? And this goes back to what is your purpose? You
hmm
know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you're doing, do it to the glory of God. Because once you align your will up with his, it will lead you right to your purpose. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing for someone? You know what I'm saying? Is there
Right,
is there a code that needed to be broken that wasn't
right,
broken before
right,
because of your job title or because of who you
right,
are today?
right,
Allow someone to come in and say, "Let me show you the code."
right, right.
And that breaking that code or someone just showing you exactly what to do opens that door to like, okay, this person showed me the code. You know what I'm saying? Because of my platform, how I use my platform. Now I can open the door for someone else who is trying to figure out how to get through.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
hmm
When we idolize these folks, it's just not about them dancing or showing their legs or seeing how
hmm
beautiful their hair is or how
hmm
their clothes look to us. You got to think about what are they doing behind the scenes? What
Right.
doors did they open for us? Serious.
hmm
You know
hmm
what I'm saying? I have nothing but respect. My classmates, every school that I've attended, everything that has happened to me along the way, whether it was bad or good, because if that opened a door for someone who's coming right behind me, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. So definitely rest in peace to Tina Turner and Jim Brown and
Mhm.
to every
Mhm.
person that we've lost upon the way, even family members,
Right,
unfortunately.
even family members, right.
You know, um, because they literally opened doors for us. Like, oh my God, I've been having conversations with Uncle Joe about his childhood and um, our great granddad who accumulated over 144 acres for his family. You know what I'm saying? And how he left all of it to his 10 children. You know what I'm saying? Who then paved the way for us. How they fought to
Mhm.
purchase their slave master's house, not once, but twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that just takes you back to, what am I doing? How am I using my talent?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People are watching us. You know,
Mhm.
our little cousins are watching us.
Mhm.
Nieces and nephews are watching us. And what are
Mhm.
we doing to make sure that,
Right,
they fight the good fight the way that we've been fighting it?
right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't make it too easy for them because they got to fight
No,
too, you
no.
know?
Well, that's why, you know, being on any platform, you know, I thought about it. I said, I have to be well in spirit. I have to be well to be able to be on a platform, and
Right.
even my own have to be well to be on any platform. I can't come out here and speak and not be well. I gotta be well.
That's true.
You know,
I feel you.
you gotta have a voice. You can't be scared to talk. Have a
Right.
voice.
That's
Um,
true.
you know, I don't use certain words. Is how I get through. Words like minority. That's never in my vocabulary.
Right.
I don't use that because it keeps you divided.
Yeah.
And this world was bred to be divided.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't you can't teach these kids to be divided.
I'm glad you
Oh,
said.
you got Democrats, you got Republicans. Why? Why there isn't just one?
Yeah, we're going to agree to disagree anyway.
Right. I mean,
Right. Right. And I get exactly what you're saying because, you know, but it just, and then it mentally puts us in a situation where we look at Republicans as being bad and
mhm,
Democrats as being good. But
right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, whether you're bad or good,
Yeah.
even if you're bad, there is some good in you. You know,
Yeah.
and
Right.
there may be something in Republicans that
Right.
may help us out, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? And then you have some people who thinks, oh, okay, the Republicans is only for Caucasians. No,
Mhm.
not
No.
necessarily. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Some of them are
No.
just
No.
for, you know,
Mm,
our right, some of
mhm.
our rights. But society makes it seem like this is what it is. And
Right.
it very well may be that Democrats are, you know what I'm saying, for us and the Republicans are for, you know what I'm saying, uh them. But at the end of the day, I mean, I honestly don't believe in the system. I don't believe in that system at all. Um I do believe in something that my mom has always said to me. God can use anybody no matter who you are. You get what
Right.
I
Right.
don't care
Exactly.
you um I don't care what your position is. I don't
Right.
care what your title is. God
Right.
can use
Right. Right.
body. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I
Right.
coming from, and I'm glad that you point that out because when we speak things into existence, sometimes it holds power. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
comes true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
saying those words, like, I don't want to use that. I don't want that to be in my vocabulary because to me, I want us all to be equal. And saying that and putting it out there
Yeah.
is a way of saying that I'm speaking this to, you
Yeah.
know, existent because this is what I long for. You know what
Mhm.
I'm And honestly, that's what, with the motivated platform,
Mhm.
I can tell that that's something that,
Mhm.
you're trying to do, which is
Well, Right. So I understand the ways of man, but I like well, we grew up, we were taught spirit,
Yeah.
spirit first.
Yep.
We weren't taught to worship man.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care if man is your parents.
Yeah.
We
We
we weren't taught that we don't worship
Yep.
not first.
Yep. Not first.
You know what I'm saying? So we, I'm living, I'm spirit world.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the ways of man is like it would like with on jobs or any profession. You know,
You got.
everybody shouldn't be leaders. Some people are handed positions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On my job, I don't have a position. I don't care what who says, well, what's your I struggle to put that on the application because I don't have a position. That's just that's just the way I live and I stay grounded in that. I don't have a position. I don't know what I work. I don't have a position.
You know what?
Yeah.
That me just now. That touched
No, I
because
don't. I don't.
when it comes to the spiritual world, you should be willing and able to hold any position when it comes to God. Whether you are a doorkeeper,
Hmm.
whether you are a servant,
Hmm.
his kitchen,
Hmm.
whether you are lighting a candle, you should be able to serve his
Hmm.
people any way that you can. And
Hmm.
I get it. I understand that completely.
Hmm.
Um, but that goes back to your platform.
Hmm.
You know, whether we want a position or not, or a title,
Hmm.
God want us to use exactly
Hmm.
what we have
Right.
for Him. You get what
Right.
I'm?
Right.
So, like you said, everybody's not a leader.
Right. Everybody's not a leader, man.
Everybody's not a leader, but even as a leader, you have to understand that it takes a team.
Hmm.
It takes a team of people to make things work.
Hmm.
That does not go unnoticed to me.
Hmm.
Then it takes a team of people. You
Hmm.
have so much talent out here. You cannot sit here and say, "Oh, I'm doing all of this by myself." Okay, if you have an assistant, it's you and her together.
Hmm.
It's you and him together. That's
Hmm.
it,
Right.
making it work.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I get that. When you say you living out here spiritually and when you are filling out an application, it's hard for you to put
I
down,
struggle.
you struggle with that because you're thinking of it in a spiritual form,
I
you know.
struggle with it, man.
So I get it. I get it.
I struggle, but I would. I struggle, man. There's certain things that I struggle with that I could just jot down, but if it makes me pause, then wow,
Right, right.
you
You're
know,
you I just said this to your brother today. I was like,
um,
really deep thinker. Definitely a deep thinker. And so am I. Um, but that did something to me. That's a lot to think
it's
about.
real, man.
It
It's
is
you. It's real,
it is
and it's powerful, and like I'm gonna get this job if I don't put that on there or not.
because let
But
me
but but I still put it on there. But
whether spiritual or
yeah,
flesh,
mhm,
I'll be honest with you. Someone told me this a long time ago. You don't have to put that stuff down. Like people don't have to know what you have or
mhm,
who you are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Even if I say I'm a hairstylist, you might look at me, okay, she's a hairstylist. I don't have to tell you I'm an owner
right,
or,
no, no,
you know, this many salons. I don't have to say that.
right,
You and I've came to, like, you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't
mhm,
need everybody to know who I am. You know
right,
what I mean? Whoever's supposed to know me will know me.
right. Well, no,
You get
right,
what I'm because
exactly.
when it comes to that man upstairs, your position, your title doesn't mean anything to him. It's your soul.
I
And
I see people throw around they'll come into places and throw around. what they do, what they got. And had a guy, he's a lawyer. He come into the bar, he tell everybody what he got, this, that, the other. Like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
don't look at it like, oh my God, he's so arrogant or whatever.
Mhm.
Some people needs to feel
Yeah.
important. You don't know
Right.
what childhood was growing up, and they
Right.
in a position where they feel important. Like
Right.
I look at that like a cry out to say, I want to be
Hmm.
a part of it. I'm finally a part of something, or
Hmm.
I want it to feel important, and now that I'm important, I need for everybody to know this. You might look at it like they're bragging. I don't care.
Me
I'm
either.
like, if that's who you are, then that's who you are. If
That's
you
who you are. I
right,
ain't gonna be around it though.
yeah, that's your business.
Hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. You don't have to listen.
Right.
You
But you
don't.
know what? But you know what they say. The saying is though, you don't want to you don't want to be a certain way to where you're having people around you that you thought love you, but they're around you because what you have. And you don't want, I'm saying two things in at one time. And you also don't want to dig a hole and then have to have too much work to put the dirt back. It takes some people,
Okay,
you
with
can't, some people don't want to hear it. That's it. You did what you did, the damage is done. They accept you as who you are. It's like you just said.
yeah.
You got you got to be careful. You don't want to do so much damage where there's so much work to do. It might kill you.
To fix
That's
it.
why a lot of people commit suicide.
Yep.
Well, she had all this money and what? They did what? That's why. That's why, man. You done isolated so many people to where they respected you and respected your craft, but you push them away and you make them feel low to where because just like you said, because of where you might have came from, but why do you feel the need to drop that on people? You're only hurting yourself in the end because there's something that you're lacking to where you gotta do that because like just said, you don't have to shout out to people what your title is. You don't have to. They know you. They see you. They know. They know. Because you're on billboards, you're here, you're here, you're here. You don't have to let them know that. Because if you got a person like me in the room, there's something that you're lacking. And I'm pretty sure other people know it too. If you got cheerleaders, is they know it too. It's just right now, they're probably getting something from you. So you gotta watch that. Who you are and what you're standing for. eh, you'll have that type of environment around you. You'll have those people that won't tell you the truth.
I
You
feel
know
you.
what I'm saying? So that's why I don't if you tell me the truth, then yeah, you're not telling me because I don't get it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I already get it. I thank you for telling me, you know, because there's no quarrel or nothing when you're telling me the truth. I'm not getting upset because, you know, I'm treating people like I'm supposed to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you may need these same people, man. If you mess around and fall out. But you know what? You know what's so sad and what I wouldn't do? Because I'm not that type of person. I don't care what you say to me or what you do or how you treat other people. I'm not gonna walk over you if you fall and hit the ground.
Right.
I'm gonna still help you. But there
That,
are gonna be people that walk over you.
yeah. That's how I am too. I mean, regardless of
I'm
how.
telling you.
Yeah.
Some people take things personal. Oh, you fall? Okay. Step right over you.
Yeah, they
I'm
will.
telling you, man.
They will.
I'm telling you, it ain't right.
Nope.
but I'm
But
telling you.
are like
So,
you're right, they are. Some,
oh,
not all. Some
some
people,
people step
yeah,
step right over you.
they will step right over you. Yeah.
Step
But
right.
that's that's people not having a heart.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So, like I said, I respect everybody and what they do, man, but it brought a different and there's something that happened now. It brought a different energy, because every time this guy comes in, he does the same thing.
I think eventually he will stop. When he start to notice the silence, he will stop. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
because well,
He
yeah,
will.
that's
Um,
just that's
just let
a
it out. Just let him. I mean, it is what it is. You don't have to listen to it.
laugh, man.
If it was
Like,
the time I saw him walk through the door, I would pay my tab and
yeah,
good night. Eventually, they'll get it. Some people, my mother said this to me the other day. Silence speaks louder than words, and it does. You don't have to say nothing. You see what I'm doing? I'm drinking water and staying hydrated. My
yeah, 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 yeah,
seriously.
man.
But
You know,
silence speaks louder than words.
it
See,
does, man. It
so
does.
I mean,
That's
if
why
it
I just
bothers
be quiet, man.
you,
Like,
you
I
know,
be,
it you know, just leave.
the only thing I hate, like in any situation like that, is just like a bully. I hate to see people that submit to it. I hate it.
People who what?
Submit to it. You can be you can be a bully, but I don't have to be scared of you.
Yeah.
Or I just don't won't say nothing. If you too big for me, I just won't say nothing.
You know what?
But I am not submitting to it.
E-
If you're gonna hurt me physically, you're gonna get the truth. And you may even back off if when you hear what's gonna come out of my mouth.
Right.
You may even back off because something may hit you to where something may hit you and it'll change your life, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
And even when I was growing up and was being bullied, I'm gonna be honest with you, like,
You've been bullied?
yeah, I was.
Oh
And
wow.
but I didn't submit to it.
Right.
That's the part.
Exactly.
Even though it was for it, it did something to me. I literally was just like, I'm not scared of you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They would do stuff, or whatever, but regardless of what, it was like, I'm not scared of you. You know what I'm saying? They were bigger than me, they, whatever, but I'm not scared of you. I didn't submit to it. You know what I'm saying? I had one person that took a big bite, big chunk out of my arm. I'm so serious. I was like, this is crazy, you know? And I just, at that time, I felt like I couldn't do anything about it, but still, and yet I wasn't scared of that person. Even after the bite, I was just like, not scared. You know what I'm saying? Things would go on all the time, but it eventually pushed me to fight back. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like, we not, like, that's not gonna happen. Even if it was just with my words, not gonna happen.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like, but again, and I'm pretty sure like there were things that I probably did that, I wasn't proud of growing up. I got into fights. You know what I'm saying? Um, but looking back at things now, it's just like when you're a kid and you go through those things, like at that time, you just, you kind of adapt to what's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? But as you get older and you think about it and you look back at things and you're just like, why? Why did I, you know what I'm saying? Why did that happen? It shouldn't have happened that way. You know what I'm saying? So even now,
Yeah.
when I see some of those folks who bullied me, or some folks that I've had fights with or whatever, like physical fights with, I look back at that situation and I'm like, you know what? We're adults now. You know what I'm saying? Like my arms are open. Like, what can we do? Like, what can I do to help you? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you should need help, because
Right.
you as a kid, you do kid things. You
Hmm.
know, and I mean that's what it is. But as an adult, you do away with
You,
those childish things.
yeah, you're supposed to do away with it.
No, you do away with those childish things. You
Hmm.
keep moving forward, and that goes back to what I said about taking accountability and responsibility for our actions. You
Hmm.
know, if we learn
Hmm.
how to do that honestly,
Hmm.
a lot of things can be solved because most of the time things are like miscommunication. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to talk things out. Everything is not always, violence or you.
No, no, no,
But like
no.
I told you before, some things takes time. You
Yeah.
can't force interactions. You have
Hmm.
to let time roll by, give each other the chance to process what happened or what's going on. And the minute that you both realize, okay, let's take responsibility or be accountable for the things that we've done on both sides, you know what I'm saying? Then, we can move forward because in that very moment, we both have an understanding of what happened. You
Hmm.
get 'em? Or where we went wrong. You
Hmm.
see where I'm coming from? So, yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Um, but I mean, everything that we talked about today, it's
Yeah.
just trying to make the world a better place, huh?
Oh yeah, that's it,
If
man.
we can,
That's
yeah,
my only it's my it's my only thing. You
yeah,
know, that's it. That's the first thing.
right,
It's just too much. It's like, you know, it's too much is going on, and you know,
yep.
it's
But
got
it's all about, we can't save everybody, but if we can save
no.
one person,
Yeah, you can't say everybody.
no. But if
Yeah,
we can save one person, I
yeah,
think I
yeah.
think
That person may tell someone else, and that person may tell someone else. So it'll
right,
get, it'll, you know,
right,
it'll get the views. Yeah, get it. You know,
right,
sometimes it takes, certain people to be out there putting stuff out.
right.
You know, oh wow, I didn't thought. Wow, you know,
Yeah, that's true.
but yeah, uh, it's been good.
Yes, it has.
You know, it's good to see you. Good talking to you.
Same to you.
I'm glad that we could speak on all these things. What's going on, man? I'm still thinking about a lot of stuff.
Right.
Um, I just want to say God bless America, man. I mean, we're we're definitely divided.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. At least that's what we've been taught to be. So I ain't been taught that. So I don't know.
No, we had that
You don't know.
thought that,
But
right?
but I'm just got a little emotional because it got things got kind of real at the end, man. But yeah, that was good to see you. Um, thanks for coming on, and I know I kept you a while.
You're
Things get to
it's okay. We're catching up.
yeah,
That's what happens with family. We
yeah,
we
yeah.
talking and then the time goes by and it's
All right,
take back that time. I really appreciate the invite. And like I said to you before, I am so proud of you.
yeah.
Um the
Thanks.
person
Appreciate that.
I've seen you grown up
All
to
right.
be who you are today.
Oh
Um
yeah.
it's
Oh
it
yeah.
is definitely a breath of fresh air.
Oh yeah, man. Man, listen, man. I see. I look at a lot of people in their situation, man. I'm like, nah, I'm doing the opposite.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But you know what? I can say this. Even growing up, you were kind of different from everybody else. You didn't.
standoffish.
Yeah, you didn't get too involved with everything that was, you know.
because I don't. I just have my own.
Yeah.
Because I look at a lot of people that we grew up around, man. They're doing their thing, but then some people just won't believe that. You know, it ain't about being on TV. It
No,
ain't about podcasts. It ain't about. It's about doing what you want to do, and you could do something more.
different.
And they just don't believe that they can be different.
Right.
See what I'm
Right.
saying? I always felt like that. The opposite. They just don't believe that they can do different things. Like they just didn't believe.
Well, it honestly is gonna take us to
Yeah.
you know, allow them to see um us at our vulnerable state,
Yeah.
and um also in a state where, you know, this is how things turn out. This is the result of things.
Right.
Um, for whatever action, you know what I'm saying, you put into place. So a lot of people look at us as role models, and even with some of my god kids who will send me a message and say, how they feel about, some of the things that I'm doing or what they see me do. I know they're watching me. That means a lot. I don't have any children of my own, but
Mhm.
my god kids is like, I mean, and they know how I am about wanting them to become a better version of themselves and keeping their grades up and everything. So I just feel like, our parents, they made mistakes, they did what they
Mhm.
had to do to make sure that they provided for us, but um some things they probably hid from us. Most of the time they were straight up forward. And that's how I am with my god kids. I want them to see me, you know not just my success, but even,
Right.
you know the other part of it, so that they won't feel like, okay, oh, I failed, and how is this person going to feel about me? Because so many people set high expectations that cannot be reached. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like
Mhm.
we have to
Mhm.
just be mindful, you know,
Mhm.
the things that we do, because they're watching us.
Mhm.
So no matter what we do, you know what I'm saying? That, and I'm always going back to this. No matter what we do, we have to allow them to see that we're doing it for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And they have to figure out what that purpose is. And once they figure it out and they walk into it, then everything else will become natural. You know what I'm saying? It'll be just like second wind. And that's what I meant earlier about when God gives you a gift.
Mhm.
Sometimes you wanna accept it right then and there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
When we do accept it and we walk into it, it becomes second, it becomes natural. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that is gonna stand amongst a lot of people, and I'm not good with public speaking.
Mhm.
I'm you. This right here is natural to me because I'm talking to my cousin. I
Mhm.
feel talking to you as if you're in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like we were
Mhm.
talking, but you put me on a platform in front of some folks that I don't know. I'm telling you now, I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
Yeah, they gon'
I'm
they gonna
telling
see you once I
you, shaking like,
once I share it. They gonna see you.
oh my God. But other than that, like, going back to what I said, we have to be mindful.
Mhm.
We're just not um making a difference for um, the next generation, but our parents, our grandparents, you know, we're making them proud just to see us make a change or to do things for someone, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? To make them want to fight, you know, um to fight for what they believe in, or to
Right.
go hard for something that they really want. um so we again, we have to be careful. We got to be
Yeah.
careful what we
Definitely.
do.
Definitely.
um we just, don't be afraid to show your vulnerable side. Don't be everything is not always pretty. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to show some ugly. Seriously.
Yeah, if you need to.
Right, because thing isn't beautiful.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, some things are black and white. Everything's not colorful. It's not
Mm,
color.
mm.
So yeah, I appreciate this. I appreciate this 100%. And I hope that we can uh do this again. Um
All right, we will.
maybe we can, this will help me get my nervousness out. I can say I did okay today.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll be all right.
Taking too
I'm
bad.
gonna put it
But I
out
drank a
there.
whole bottle of water. That's my
Yeah, I got some too, man. I was trying not to, well, I had to jump up and go to the bathroom or whatnot. So
Right.
I just try
We've
to,
been on here for a while.
yeah.
We have been.
So,
Yep.
yeah, it's been nice again, and want to thank everyone. You know, for supporting me in my business and whatnot as well. You know, I don't talk a lot about my business on the podcast because it's basically two separate things. So, but I'll speak on it every now and then. But thanks for the support.
You are so welcome. And thank you for the support.
Right, right. You're
Um,
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
yeah, everybody that has been supporting me thus far, thank you. I'm not doing this for me. I am not. No. There are people out, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure
Yes.
I can pave a way for them as well. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But
Yeah,
I'm grateful. Seriously, humble. Yep.
right. So, in saying that, uh, we're gonna close. Wanna wanna thank you, and God bless you, and good night.
You. God bless you too.
All
Good
right,
night.
good night.